facilitating others' strengths and others' contributions. And when you give people some space to do something that they believe in, you can get absolutely amazing results. Being a leader isn't about doing it all yourself. Absolutely the opposite. It's about making sure that people have a chance to offer the best of what they can do.
Three great voices and three great stories, and again, provoking us all to look at life a little differently, and how powerful is that? I'd like to invite to the stage our gold sponsor, Bob Smith from First Local News, weekdays at 5 and 6 p.m. on Rogers TV. He's going to present the award. Can I get a job?
Local programming that informs, entertains, and engages. Whether it's in our studio or out on location, each week we produce over 30 hours of community programming. Weeknights, First Local delivers London's news, sports, and weather. Our weekday talk show Daytime provides access to community groups and keeps viewers connected. Sports fans can catch exclusive live coverage of London Knights hockey games, Western Mustangs games, and local minor sports. We showcase London, the people, the places, the special events, talk about and debate the local issues of the day. We couldn't do all of this without the dedicated volunteers and co-op students whom we mentor and train to help them gain valuable hands-on experience. At Rogers TV, local matters, only on Rogers Cable.
Wow. I recognized a few people in there. Thanks for having me tonight. I'm really honored to be part of this, and I do want to congratulate all three of the nominees in this category. And the winner is, for leadership, Donald Dehaney.
I want to say to the first winner that I also have been a fairy godmother in my life. I have some things I want to say, and I'm too nervous, so I don't want to forget them. Thanks so much to the Pillar Committee. It's an honor even being considered amongst my two fellow nominees. Thanks, Katrina, for nominating me. Katrina calls me a trailblazer. Thought I'd better pick the right blazer tonight. Didn't you know trailblazers get to wear white after Labor Day? All right, the number one reason I accepted the nomination is so that I can turn the spotlight on my favorite charities, and I have three. I do not need to see my name in print one more time. So, first, I get asked all the time, what is Megan Walker like? Well, if my abused mother had Megan Walker working for her on the front line, in the 60s and 70s, she wouldn't have had to wait till I was 15 and could take her out of the abused home. That's what Megan was like. And for that and many other reasons, I'm going to give $750 to the London Abused Women's Centre. Second, any day I wake up above ground is a good day for me. And I know I stand here by the grace of God. Sorry. I know too many men and women who are dead, men and women walking, and my younger brother is one of them. No, I'm going to get a hold of myself. My younger brother lives in Vancouver. He's a homeless person. So I wanted to give some money to the place that feeds him. But the Kettle Friendship Society, but when he called collect the last time, he said that he got in a fight with the other guy in line, in the food line, so they banned him. So I didn't think I better give money to that place. But I thought of something else really cool. The Palace Theatre on Dundas East is going through a major renovation, and they give, you can buy a seat, $200 a pop. So I have 5 survivors, and you get a plaque with their name on it. So my brother's going to be one of them, and I'm going to buy 5 seats. Because I think that survivors need something that's permanent, something to prove that they've been here. And finally, even more than the question, what's Megan like, I get, what is Morris like, my partner? And he's here today, and I'm going to keep him a mystery. Because some people actually don't even believe he exists, but he's here. Because the reason why is because if Megan and Morris had gotten together and worked for us, I wouldn't be receiving Facebook messages from my abuser in the Philippines. I would receive them from jail. So they're 2 really good workers. For this reason, I'm donating $750 to New Frontiers, where Morris is the executive director. And I guess it's a night of mission statements, because I want to read this one. New Frontiers is a social service agency that supports adults with developmental disabilities and believes that each person's individuality, their unique gifts, talents, preferences, and differences be honored and respected by all. Thank you.
Thank you for leading the way you do. It's brilliant. So now our third award, and this one is for community impact. And I have to say the selection committee were deeply moved by the exceptional contributions of these finalists. These visionary leaders have made significant changes, acting as catalysts, I love that word, for improvement in distinct and exemplary ways. We can learn by their example as they have inspired and motivated others. So it's time to hear the stories of these 3 finalists.
The nominees for Community Impact are Clark Road Secondary School graduating class of 2008-2009, London Green Festival Team, Reforest London.
Well, this is a group of high school kids, a graduating class from Clark Road Secondary School, that put their mind to making a difference in the lives of other kids. So they lost their friends. Ashley and Stephanie Dobbs were killed by their dad. And so that's devastating and really difficult for a community to overcome. And so when these things happen, you can either become angry and bitter, or you can take action. And these young kids decided to take action in a really positive way. As I say, what they've done for Ashley and Stephanie and for people that they'll never meet, the impact that they will have on kids across this country because of this documentary is just simply overwhelming.
The project that we started was originally a grieving process. We all get together and we would talk about our feelings about Ashley and Stephanie, and we all kind of came to the conclusion that we kind of felt guilty in a sense because we didn't recognize the signs earlier of women's abuse, because we all kind of knew it was going on, but we didn't really recognize the signs, we didn't take any actions. We kind of decided that we wanted to do something about that, so we got the Women's Abuse Center involved. We took that issue that was kind of hiding, and we showed it to London and even around Canada. I think we made a difference because obviously when something tragic like the death of Ashley and Stephanie happens, people obviously are going to listen to what you have to say, and we spoke really loudly about this and we made sure our point was clear. We took women's abuse and made it more recognizable. We made it so people know more about how to stop it and how to get help when they need it. I just think that people need to realize that it's never too late to step up and do anything. If you really believe in the cause, then it's always a good reason to fight for it.
Greening the festivals made a big difference for the community because we worked on a project with all of the major festival holders, and Waste Free World and the City of London all got together, and what our goal really was waste diversion. From a community perspective, no one wants to see things go into a landfill when it could be recycled. in the bigger picture, I think everybody in London actually gained from that. Not just the festival organizers and the committee, but the city in general, because we were able to do such a good job with the waste diversion.
We started meeting in the late 2007 and began to realize that we really needed the City of London on board, so we asked them to join our team. Partnerships that were formed were quite strong, and what was really pleasing to see was the sharing of ideas and sharing of information and ultimately sharing of resources. I think the biggest impact that has resulted from the greening of the festivals is the fact that we were able to get policy change at City Hall that affects Victoria Park specifically, but now it affects all festivals, anything that runs from January 1st to December 31st. Well, we have found with working at the festivals and manning the eco-stations and talking to the public that they are all very interested in knowing more about the waste, where it goes, what is compostable, what is recyclable, how they can help, how they can make a difference. And I think that has been the most gratifying, and that people were actually interested in discussing the waste that they were generating at these festivals. And once we get people talking about it, they will take that back to their own communities, their own schools, their own church groups, their picnics, that sort of thing, family reunions, and really look at what they're doing with waste and help everybody to reduce.
I've been aware of Reforest London since day one, since they got their start a few years ago in London. What inspires me about their work is a way that they go about it, how they organize themselves, is going to people where they live and saying, this is your community, it goes from here to here, and there's some things we can do to improve it in these realms, environmental, social, economic. These are feel-good projects. And they're projects that deliver benefits to the community. For that reason, we need to allow them to help continue that work, because there's a lot we need to learn about it still.
We have three goals. We want to improve the environmental health, educate people about trees and why they're important, and we want to empower people. So I feel we've impacted London in all of these three ways. We've planted 15,000 native trees and shrubs, and we've gotten people involved in the planting, so people come to our events and they plant trees with us, and hopefully that then extends back into their community, into their own backyard, or they go to their school and say, let's plant some trees here. I hope also that our impact has led people to a greater appreciation for trees, and that's less measurable but very important, because in addition to planting trees, we really have to take care of the trees that we have. I'm proud of the partnerships that we've developed over the years, some very strong partnerships, and I found now that we're getting to be a little older as an organization, that those partnerships come back to us. So we work with an organization one year, and the next year they've referred somebody else to us, or they've found a way to donate money to us in some way. So it's really been rewarding personally to be with an organization that continues to grow and have this impact on the community that kind of comes back. So what we've given to the community is coming back to us to help our organization be stronger.
Oh, man. So many great ideas, the inspiration level rising, I can feel it in the room, so this is fantastic. Our gold sponsor who will be presenting this award is from Chorus Radio Entertainment, and that is Cheryl Reedmark. She's the host of AM 980's Saturday morning show. So Cheryl, please come to the stage and present this next award.
Hi, I'm Dave Farron, General Manager of our Chorus radio stations here in London, FM 96, 103.1 Fresh FM, our news talk station, AM 980, and 103.9 FM, our greatest hit station located in Woodstock. Community involvement is key for our radio stations, and we actively support hundreds of initiatives throughout southwestern Ontario each and every year. And we are very proud to be a gold sponsor of the Pillar Community Innovation Awards. Congratulations to the finalists in the 4 categories being awarded tonight. You should be very proud of yourselves for making a true difference in our community.
What an amazing group of individuals, and congratulations to all of you for being nominated. Unfortunately, there can only be one winner. The winner for Impact is London Green Festival Team.
Donald, this is a hard act to follow. Thanks a lot. My name's Catherine McGuinness. I'm the Artistic Director of Home County Folk Festival, and it was just such an amazing experience being on the Green Festival's team. And I'm here reading the words of Marianne McDonald, who you saw in the video. She's not able to be here tonight. The main players on the Green Festival's team I would like to recognize as well, and that was the City of London staff, Waste Free World, Sunfest, Home County Folk Festival, and Ribfest. And last year we opened it up to include other festivals that use Victoria Park. So on behalf of all of us, I would like to thank Pillar for this recognition. We believe we've truly made an impact, not only in the amount of waste, the significant amount of waste diverted from landfill by various festivals at Victoria Park, but also by being the catalyst for change in the minds and hearts of thousands of individuals in London who've taken the concepts of reducing, reusing, recycling, and rethinking how to significantly reduce or eliminate waste back to their families and community events. And Home County knows this just by the number of requests we get for the loan of our reusable dishes and cutlery, that many more are acting locally to make an impact. In fact, when I was out before the event started, I had a request to use our stainless steel dishes. There are 1,000 stainless steel dishes and 1,000 sets of cutlery sitting in the basement of Aeolian. So if any of you are having events this year and you'd like to use some dishes, give me a call. The recognition of the results the team has accomplished is gratifying. It worked because of partnerships, sharing of resources, and willingness of the festival organizers to try something new. Thanks to the city staff over the past 2 years for rising to the challenge of providing water fountains in Victoria Park, tents, signage, proper grey water systems, and lots of guidance. And a particular thanks needs to go to Ann Boyd, Krista Kearns, Carrie Nash, Diana Clark, and Jay Stanford from the City of London. Their commitment and their work was outstanding. And to the three great students, Peter Zolatar, Aaron Cooney, and Chris Lammers, who covered all of the festivals for us this summer. It was a pleasure working with all of you to make London a greener city. Home County and Sunfest also received funding from TD Friends of the Environment Foundation to purchase the supplies and infrastructure needed to make it all happen. And I just want to personally thank Marianne McDonald from Waste Free World. She needs a very special mention. She's been such an inspiration in terms of her countless hours of volunteerism for this project, her expertise around researching and brainstorming best practices, her diligence, leadership, an amazing walk the talk approach, and her tireless efforts to make sure that there was consistent follow-through on EcoStation protocols. There's so much to do to ensure we have a healthy world for future generations, and we invite everyone here tonight to join the movement to becoming waste-free. Thank you very much.
As you noticed, all of our impact finalists, they did it together. And it's an important reminder, change, innovation, all of these wonderful things, we can't do it alone. So please take that as a little in your back pocket. Remember, find the people here that you want to do something amazing with. And we are now at our final award. This one is for the community collaboration. The three finalists for this award are stellar examples of the immense power of collaboration to change our community for the better. Collaborations have the power to move a community forward, and it is the key to building capacity for innovation. The finalists have devised creative and sustainable solutions, and they should be applauded for the innovative ways that they have pooled their resources, financial, human, operational, environmental, and intellectual, to make valuable and enduring contributions to our community. So once again, let's hear some stories.
The nominees for community collaboration are Brownstone B, Big, Bold, and Beautiful. Clothing Works. Fanshawe Chorus London.
Brownstone B, Big, Bold, and Beautiful was created by Donald Dehaney and Jennifer Fagan, and it was stage managed by Katrina Callahan. And this trio made a difference because they helped a non-profit organization like the Sexual Assault Centre London, which is a fairly small non-profit organization, raise some money. I loved the collaboration that we entered into. For me, it was innovative, and it was one of those collaborations where you share your gifts and talents regardless of what they are. Everyone's contributing. You've created a vision together, but you each have your own roles, and together you create this something new.
The collaboration met a need within the community because we were able to bring awareness through media as well, through different other organizations within the city. They came on board as well by bringing people to the show. Many hands make a situation a lot better than fewer hands. And because we were working collaboratively, it was really successful because we had a lot of different people doing a lot of different things, and it wasn't just one person having to do everything. The show encouraged diversity because there was a lot of women from many different backgrounds that were involved within the show. So it was able to, again, reach out to many different types of people and groups of people and let them know what we were doing and how we were trying to spread the word. From the get-go, everything within raising money to raising awareness to the media, we were able to really work together to open the doors to Sexual Assault Centre of London. I think others can learn very easily that when groups of people work together with the same goal, success is inevitable. It's not an issue at all. It will easily be attainable, and the path is fun.
About 3 years ago, I was a client of Clothing Works, and I was a little skeptical at first, but I was really surprised. They have a full store set up. They have a volunteer there to work with you for a full hour to get you some outfits together, give you advice, and even job interview advice. They work together with so many different community partners, and it's a project that isn't really duplicated anywhere else.
At Clothing Works, our mission is to support job searchers. They are not survival clothes, but these are to help people build their self-esteem and another tool to help them get that job when they're job searching. Clothing Works was begun originally just to serve women, and it was started by volunteers and run strictly by volunteers for 2 years. And then at the end of the second year, groups that were sending job searchers asked that they make the service available to men. So the men's room was started at that point. We've had a strong relationship with Goodwill since the onset. The clothes that we cannot use, we pass on to Goodwill. They give us coupons to shop in their stores for the gaps in our stock. We've also worked with Pathways. They've had one of their building management classes help us by retrofitting a warehouse space where we have our off-season clothing. We've also, because it's a welcoming environment, been able to provide an opportunity for a couple of our referring agencies to have a work placement, individuals who wish some experience in merchandising, retailing. While we can certainly gain more by working together, whatever we can do for our referring partners is going to strengthen the bond. And when we go to have a fundraiser, we get wonderful support from these referring partners who have already bought into our service and support what we do.
Fanshawe Chorus London shared their talent and their choral talent with the community and the world for many, many years. I've been fortunate enough over the last 6 years to be the MC for their Christmas celebration show, and came to realize very soon when I started that they were sharing this with the entire community regardless of financial condition. It's not just Fanshawe Chorus London involved, but many other youth choirs from various schools and corporations like McDonald's who they partnered with to make this, this performance and many others a possibility for the community.
Each year we do many, many collaborations, and this coming season I think I counted 39 times actually we're collaborating with different groups and different individuals and different age groups and so on.
Well, we have people in the choir who are connected to various groups, and so we use those resources, and they also help distribute the tickets and so on.
The whole idea of collaboration and within the choir is that the choir is organized as one massive concept of being part of the community. We are a community choir. All of our groups are community choirs. We just don't gather together to learn music, to sing concerts, or to play concerts. We have a mandate that we are an integral part of the community, and we are a service organization as well as a performance organization. When I start thinking about the word collaboration, I really think that almost everything we do is of a collaborative nature. We just don't do it ourselves. We couldn't do it ourselves. We work with charities, we work with neighborhood groups, but we also work with companies who in turn want to be a part of what we do. So that's very humbling for us.
Also really helps, I think, the spirit in the community too, which is very important. The more groups that work together, that's what we find, and it just gives them a sense of accomplishment too, that they might not have felt otherwise, and I think that's very important.
Again, just amazing stories. And it's only fitting that our presenters are a team because it's about collaboration. So we are going to have the honorary co-chairs for the Pillar Innovation Awards, Jeff Pulford, who's the CEO of Harrison Pensa, and Jody Simpson, who's the Director of Programs and Member Relations with Tech Alliance, to come and announce our final recipient. Come to the stage.
Before Jody announces the award recipient, which I know you're all anxious to hear, I'd just like to say what a pleasure it's been for us to work this past year with Nicole St. John and Michelle Baldwin. They really have made our job extremely easy, and I can tell you that if they happen to tap any of you on the shoulder and ask you to assume the same responsibility in a future year, you can easily say yes. It doesn't pay particularly well, but it's a job that's fairly easy as a result of them. So I'll turn it over to Jody, who by Dan's kind of terminology is an extroverted extrovert.
All right. So for the Community Collaboration Award, the award goes to Clothing Works. Well, first of all, thank you for this beautiful award to the artist who conceived it. It's stunning, and it replicates Pillar, to whom we're very grateful for support, for professional development, for the volunteers that are the lifeblood of our service. Without volunteers, we couldn't serve 750 people a year who are job searching. We're so grateful. We're to Pillar for shining a light on our small organization. There are 2 employees, but a base of almost 50 volunteers who make everything possible and work within the community. Thank you so much.